myself Dr. K. Nivetha. Welcome you all to the second lecture on sustainable energy sources and materials recycling. The relation between sustainable development and the use of resources, particularly energy resources, is of great significance to society. So, now coming to sustainable energy, it means the sustainable provision of energy that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. Sustainable energy is the energy which is replenishable within a human lifetime and causes no long-term damage to the environment. Any sustainable energy sources that comes from the natural environment is called renewable energy sources. Renewable energy sources are often sustainable. Most energy supplies on Earth derive from the sun. Solar energy heats the land and sea differentially, causing winds and consequently waves. Solar energy also drives evaporation, which leads to rain, in turn hydropower. Tides are the result of the gravitational pull of the moon and sun, and geothermal heat is the result of radioactive decay within the earth. So, renewable energy sources are hydroelectricity, solar energy, wind energy, wave power, geothermal energy, tidal power, and biomass. Non-renewable energy means sources that will not be replenished in our lifetime. Example for non-renewable energy sources are fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, and natural gas. Why sustainable energy is important means because of the following benefits. The benefits are to environment and energy for future generation and energy security. Environment, it means the sustainable energy can avoid and reduce air emissions as well as water consumption, waste, noise, and adverse land use impacts. And the second benefit is energy for future generation. Renewable energies avoid the rapid depletion of fossil fuel reserves and will empower future generation to deal with the environmental impact of over-dependence on fossil fuels. And the third benefit is energy security. It lessens our dependence on fossil and imported fuels. Many renewable energy technologies can provide with short lead term, small incremental capacity in addition to the existing energy system. Such power generation units usually provide more flexibility in incremental supply than large devices like nuclear power stations. Now, coming to solar energy, it means the energy received by the earth from the sun in the form of solar radiation, which makes the production of solar electricity. This solar energy leads to least environmental pollution in the process of its harnessing and utilization because it does not create any kind of fuel or waste which can harm the environment. So, solar energy is the most environment friendly source of energy. Next, moving to geothermal power. It means the power generated using steam produced by heat arising from the molten core of the earth. Geothermal power is considered to be sustainable because the heat extraction is small compared with the heat content. The emission intensity on existing geothermal electric plants is of average 122 kg of CO2 per megawatt hour of electricity, about 1/8 of a conventional coal-fired plant. Next, coming to wind energy, it is a form of energy conversion in which turbines convert the kinetic energy of wind into mechanical or electric energy that can be used for power. Some of the advantages of wind energy are: first one is it is pollution free, and the second advantage is less fossil fuel needs to be burned to make electricity. And the disadvantages of wind energy are: it spoils the look of the natural environment, and the second disadvantage is the turbines which produces noise. And the next one is tidal power. This is also a renewable source of energy. It is a form of hydro power that converts the energy of tides into useful forms of energy, that is mainly electricity. Advantages of tidal power are: first advantage is it is an inexhaustible source of energy, and the second advantage is environmentally friendly energy. Disadvantages of tidal power are: cost of construction of tidal power plant is very high, and the second disadvantage is very few ideal locations for construction of plant that is also situated nearly the coastal regions. And the next renewable energy is the wave power. It means the transport of energy by means of ocean surface waves and the capture of that energy to do useful work. So, transport of energy by means of ocean surface waves and the capture of that energy to do useful work. Advantages of wave power are: capable of high efficiency around 60 to 80% in ideal conditions, and the second advantage is it is a renewable energy source which is obtained by wind. And the disadvantages of wave power are: improperly placed wave power plants can damage the marine ecosystem. And the second disadvantage is efficiency drops significantly in rough weather condition. Next one is hydroelectricity. It is a form of electricity which is produced by water power. Example in dams. In a hydrothermal plant, potential energy possessed by the stored water is converted into electricity, with the help of a turbine of an electric generator. That is, potential energy possessed by the stored water is converted into electricity. Advantages are electricity can be produced at a constant rate, and water which can be used for irrigation purposes. And the disadvantages are it is extremely expensive, and natural environment is destroyed by flooding of large areas of land. Next, the last renewable energy sources is biomass. It's a common name for organic material which is used as renewable energy sources such as wood, crops and waste. These are the types of biomass: wood fuels, alcohol fuel, crops, landfill gas and rubbish. So these are the renewable energy sources. Now we are moving to recycling of material. Recycling of materials. So this is the international recycling logo which consists of 3 chasing arrows. So this is the 3 R's waste component, which is reduce, reuse and recycle. Reduce is the first component of waste hierarchy, and reuse is the second component of waste hierarchy, and recycle is the third component of waste hierarchy. Why recycling is important to all of us? Means, yeah, recycling is very important because each ton of recycled paper can save 17 trees and 7,000 gallons of water. And also, recycling reduces the number of fresh raw materials and amount of energy, and also it reduces air pollution, water pollution, and it lowers the amount of greenhouse gases. Now coming to recycling. Recycling is a process of converting waste materials into new materials and objects. So recycling is the key component of modern waste management. So these are the terms to know about recycling. First one is recyclate. That means a raw material that is sent to and processed so it can be used to form new products. That is recyclate. And the second one is landfill, where trash is buried between layers of earth. And the third one is compost. It means decay organic matter that is used to help plants grow. And the next term is waste management. It means the process of dealing with waste of humans and animals. And the next one is remanufacturing. It means rebuilding, repairing and restoring materials so they can be used again. And the next one is collection center. It means a place where recyclable waste is collected and sorted for processing. And the next term is biodegradable waste. It means the waste such as food or garden waste. And the next term is greenhouse effect. It means the warming of Earth's surface and the air above it. It is caused by gases in the air that trap energy from the sun. And the next one is greenhouse gas emissions. Any of the gas that take part of greenhouse effect. So, example of greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, methane and water vapor. Now, reduce, which is the first component of waste hierarchy. It means decreasing unnecessary and wasteful purchases. Unnecessary and wasteful purchases. Next, decreasing the volume of waste and decreasing pollutants. Next, reuse, which is the second component of waste hierarchy. It means taking care of our stuff. The second one is repurposing and donating and upcycling. And the third component, that is recycle of waste hierarchy. It means conversion of waste materials into useful materials. Recycling means conversion of waste materials into useful materials. Next one is process of recycling. There are 4 processes which are involved in recycling. First one is collection, second one processing, third one manufacturing and fourth one purchasing. Collection, it means recyclable material is collected in recycling collection bins. Recyclable material is collected in recycling collection bins. It means collection. That is the first process. And the second process is processing. Processing means sorting materials into groups. Cleaning them and getting them ready for manufacturing. So this is the second process, which is processing. And the third process is manufacturing. It means developing new products from already used products. New products developed from already used products. That is the third process, which is manufacturing. And the last process is purchasing. It means purchasing the recycled products. So these are the 4 processes which are involved in recycling. What are they? They are collection, processing, manufacturing and purchasing. So some of the benefits of recycling are, first one, conservation of resources, savings of energy, community building, strong economy and environmental protection. So this is the composition of daily waste. Means organic matter around 35% and paper around 30% and construction waste around 12% and plastics around 9%, metal around 6% and glasses 3%. Other waste include 5%. So this is the composition of the daily waste. So these are some of the easy ways to recycle and use. For example, plastic jars and tins can be used as piggy banks and pen holders. And cartons can be used to store many things. Spoiled toothbrushes can be used for spray paintings. Old cloth can be used used as shopping bag. And next one is the reduce, which is the first component of waste hierarchy. It means to make something smaller or use less. The result is a smaller amount of waste. How to reduce the waste means only buy what you need and use everything that you buy. Next, buy products that do not have much plastic packaging and buy things like recycled paper. And third one, use reusable bags at supermarkets. And next, reuse, which is the second component of waste hierarchy. You can reuse materials in their original form instead of throwing them away. You can also give materials to others who could use them after you. How to reuse means use washable cups or travel mugs. When you use things like plastic cups, plates and plastic food storage bags, don't throw them away. Wash and reuse them. Wash and reuse them. And the third one, which is the recycle, is the third component of the waste hierarchy. So remember the things you use every day that you can recycle. So what are they means? Aluminum cans, cardboard, electronics, glass, metal, newspaper, paper, plastic bottles and also steel cans. So in this material, maximum energy is stored in aluminum recycling, and so it is called as energy bank. And so it is called as energy bank. So these are the things we can recycle: plastic drink bottles, chipboard, newspaper, corrugated cardboard, glass bottles, metal food and beverage cans, magazines, white paper, plastic, aluminum, glass, paper and trash. So these are the things we cannot recycle. For any clarification regarding sustainable energy sources and recycling, please contact at Dr. Nivetha at vikas.org. So save our planet. Thank you, one and all.